Hello, sports fans. This is the Bookmaker Podcast with Art Eftekhari, a.k.a. Mr. Bookmaker, your source for the sports betting industry 24/7. Sit back, relax, and listen as Mr. Bookmaker highlights what's happening right now in the world of sports. So, without further ado, here's your host, Art Eftekhari.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the Bookmaker Podcast. I'm your host, Art Eftekhari. Really glad that you can join us. Before we begin, you know the routine. Get to our website. You know the address, bookmakerinfo.com. That's www.bookmaker-info.com. You know the deal. We got the links to all the best European, Asian, and United States friendly bookmaker sites. And our bookmaker guide is available for you to download. So snap to it. Download it as soon as you can. I want you to become an expert on this entire online betting process. Now, let's start off with some A to Z sports betting lingo. What's our concept for today? It is joint favorites. Now, what does joint favorites mean? Well, let me just get right to it. It is when bookmakers cannot choose a favorite among two competitors or teams, and both of them are made joint favorites. So don't forget, there's two favorite teams possibly to win the upcoming 2018 World Cup in Russia. Well, chances are they are the joint favorites. Also, before we continue, make sure you check out our blogs, the Mr. Bookmaker football blog or soccer, depending on where you are in the world. But also make sure to check out Dan's cricket blog and Patrick's American sports blog. Like I said before, Dan is the cricket expert and Patrick knows his American sports, so show them some support, please, when you get the chance. And right before we get to our agenda, just want to say one thing. Congratulations to Cardiff City for getting promoted to the 2018-2019 English Premier League. Just want to share that. Extremely proud of Cardiff City. Good job, boys. All right. Now with the UEFA Champions League final coming up on the 26th of May. As you know, that's going to be played between Real Madrid of La Liga and Liverpool of the English Premier League. Really exciting matchup. And with that, I'm at William Hill. That's www.williamhill.com. A lot of special bets available for UEFA Champions League. Look for the hashtag YourOdds. Alright, so the first one here with 33-1 odds. Real Madrid and Liverpool to be 2-2 after 90 minutes, but Real Madrid to win in extra time. You know, if you ask me, that would be quite an awesome UEFA Champions League final. Next one. With 50-1 odds, the score to be 3-3 after extra time, and Liverpool to win on penalties. That obviously would be epic. Next one, with 80-1 odds, both teams to score. Liverpool to win on penalties, Casemiro to be carded, over 8 corner kicks, and Mohamed Salah to score inside of the first 90 minutes. So that's a lot to take in right there. 80-1 odds. Let me say it again. Both teams to score. Liverpool to win on penalties. Casemiro to be carded. Over 8 corner kicks and Salah to score inside of 90 minutes. So make a note on that one if you're interested. Next one also with 80-1 odds. Now this one's combining Champions League and the World Cup. Liverpool to win the Champions League and England to win the World Cup with Jordan Henderson starting as captain. 80-1 odds as well. Not going to say much about that one. Now for the last one. 500-1 odds. Are you ready for this one? Mohamed Salah and Cristiano Ronaldo both to score a hat trick in the UEFA Champions League final and Liverpool to win on penalties. That would be amazing. You know, if you're big on Mohamed Salah and Cristiano Ronaldo and you're really crazy about Liverpool, I say you got to go with this one. This is an awesome wager. It's at William Hill. You know the address, www.williamhill.com. And before we continue, make sure you go to our website. You know the address, bookmakerinfo.com. That's www.bookmaker-info.com. You know the deal. I want you to take your love of sports to the next level. And that's why you got to get to our website, because we got tips on how to register, bet, and withdraw. And like I said before, take advantage of our bookmaker guide. It's there to help you. Now, weeks back, one of the main topics of the Bookmaker Podcast was who would replace Arsene Wenger at Arsenal. As you all know, well, especially those of you who've been paying attention to the English Premier League for a very long time, Arsene Wenger has been managing Arsenal since 1996. You know, his era at Arsenal is about to come to an end, And now, the next question here is, where will Arsene Wenger manage after Arsenal? Well, for one, he's 68 years old, so you kind of have to question, will he continue managing another football club? Well, let's go through some of the options and the odds available here from William Hill, same place, williamhill.com. First one, will he go to French League One? The odds here show 6-4. Now let's go back at his resume, or his CV, whatever it is you want to call it. He managed Nancy from 1984 to 1987. Then he managed Monaco from 1987 to 1994. So he spent a good amount of time in his native country, France. Next, what about the English Premier League? Maybe another club in the EPL. The odds here show 4-1. When you look at his resume, you don't really notice any other teams in England. But you just never know how it's going to go. How about no other club before the end of 2020? The odds there show 6-1. And you can honestly say, maybe Arsene Wenger is not in the biggest hurry to manage another club. Maybe he's ready to call it quits for good. Now for the next one, international, 7-1. Is it possible that Arsene Wenger might become manager of a national team? In all honesty, I think that would be a really awesome challenge for Arsene Wenger. I really do. What about Spanish League? La Liga. 7-1 odds there. Which top club in La Liga would be interested in getting Arsene Wenger? Next, you got Italian Serie A, 8-1. Would Wenger want to go to Italy? Now, for the next set of odds, I'm viewing some of these as long shots, but not all. How about an MLS club, 10-1 odds? We've seen a lot of top-notch players that have gone past their prime. Of course, a good example is Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who's now playing with the LA Galaxy. So will we see some coaches follow the same trend, where they've had their glory years and all their best years managing top clubs in Europe, and then suddenly decide that maybe it's the best thing now to go to the United States, manage an MLS club? Maybe it'll be easier for Arsene Wenger. Next, 12-1 for a Chinese club. Can we see Arsene Wenger managing a club in the Chinese Super League? Now, the next one here, how about the German Bundesliga? 12-1 odds there. I think that would be very intriguing for Arsene Wenger. He is from France, Germany, of course, neighboring country. Why not? And last but not least, a Japanese club, 14-1 odds. And for those of you who are interested in some fun facts, if you don't know too much about Arsene Wenger, he managed Nagoya Grampus 8 in Japan from 1995 to 1996. So you just never know where Arsene Wenger will end up. But if you feel like placing a wager on where you think he's going to go, maybe you have a hunch on where he's going to go, maybe you got some inside information that you don't want to share with others, go for it. Get to William Hill. That's www.williamhill.com. All right, we are just about ready to wrap up this edition of the Bookmaker Podcast. But before we do, I'm not in the mood to leave William Hill just yet. And I'm looking, of course, at the hashtag Your Odds. And as I mentioned earlier, Cardiff City gained automatic promotion from the championship because they finished in second place behind Wolverhampton Wanderers. So Wolverhampton and Cardiff City will be in the English Premier League for the 2018-2019 season. Now, which team will get that third final promotion spot? There's 4 teams that will have to go through the dreaded playoff route. Of course, one team will be happy, 3 other teams will be disappointed. So those teams in third position, Fulham will take on Derby County. In the 6th position, Aston Villa will take on Middlesbrough. Aston Villa is number 4 seed and Middlesbrough number 5 seed. Now, according here to William Hill, one of the special bets available here under the hashtag Your Odds, Aston Villa to beat Derby in the championship playoff final. The odds here show 13-2. So it looks like the bookies here from William Hill are picking a final between the number 4 seed and the number 6 seed. You never know what can happen in the playoffs. Doesn't matter which team is ranked highest. Anything can happen. That's all I got to say there. And with that, everybody, it is time to wrap up this edition of the Bookmaker Podcast. Really do appreciate the support. Like I said before, make sure you check out Dan's cricket blog and Patrick's American sports blog. They're working hard. And please make sure you check out the Mr. Bookmaker football blog or soccer, depending on where you are in the world. Get to our website, download our Bookmaker guide. You know the address, bookmakerinfo.com. That's www.bookmaker-info.com. You know the deal. I want you to become an expert in this entire online betting process. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Bookmaker Podcast. We'll see you next time.
This has been the Bookmaker Podcast with Art Eftekhari, a.k.a. Mr. Bookmaker. Thanks for listening. If you haven't already, please show some love by subscribing to this podcast on iTunes or Stitcher. Till next time, this is Mr. Bookmaker over and out.